Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you for being here for our weekly KW Technology Community Webinar. This is Brenda Harrelson, and as you may have read in the update that goes out through the blog, this will be the last webinar before family reunion for 2 weeks. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. We need a Friday to get there and then a week to make the event happen and wrap up. So hopefully we will see you there, and if you aren't traveling, we're going to talk about how you can stay in the loop either way. We've also got Kevin Weber helping out with questions, so you can chat with Kevin if there's anything that you need. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Here's our agenda. We have yet more updates coming to eEdge next week, so we'll take a sneak peek at those. And then number 2 will be a few reminders about family reunion and actually one new piece of information for you. We'll talk about upcoming events for the next 2 weeks. And then we will be joined near the end of today's webinar by JP Lewis. You may know him. He's the Executive Director of Media Services here, and he's going to remind you about the special offer that's available to all of you for KW video, and he'll be on the call live if you have any specific questions that he can answer for you. All right, so here we go. First of all, let's talk about what's happening next week with eEdge. So quick review that last week, specifically last Wednesday, if you've been in eEdge since then, you've noticed that it looks a lot different. The masthead at the top is much cleaner and streamlined. You can get back to My KW, as you can see there with the link in the upper left corner. And on top of that, there is a new search contacts field. You can search by name, email, or phone, and that field appears on every page now throughout eEdge, throughout the CRM. So those are big changes. Again, they're trying to clean up this menu area below that by giving more prominence to some of the most used features. So that happened last week. Now next week, we've got more. And this is going to show up for you next February 10th, which is Wednesday, I believe. So I'll zoom in here, but draw your attention to the upper right corner now of the eEdge screen. And let's see what it's going to look like larger. There we go. What you will see next Wednesday are 2 new icons in the upper right corner of your masthead. One is for email to tell you how many unread emails you have. And if you click on that icon, it will take you to your inbox. Sorry, I'm going out of order. The one on the left, the clock, represents how many reminders you have that are due today or that are past due. And clicking that icon will take you to your reminders, to that page. Also, right next to your profile photo, there'll be a little drop-down arrow. And if you click that, that's going to give you a list of all of your admin functions. So let me go backwards here. The admin item on the menu, that's going away. And that will be replaced with this. So your admin functions will now be accessible by clicking the drop-down link next to your profile photo. So little by little, these items on your menu are being cleaned up and just moved to a more intuitive way. So just don't be surprised if you notice that change next Wednesday, but that is the plan. Okay, and we'll take one more look at what it's going to look like. And again, we have an eEdge product advisory group. Those of you that are part of that group, I think Walter has already sent this out for your feedback. So as it goes live and you get to play with it and you hear what your agents and your market center think about it, please share your feedback with him, and he'll get with the product developers to make sure that we can continue to bring you enhancements that make life easier, because that's the plan. Another change that you're going to see next week in eEdge, this is what it looks like now when you want to go in and manage your eEdge website. So I'll get my highlighter out here. So again, today you still have your admin menu. You've got a website option. And when you click that, you have this tab open up, and down the left side are links to access different parts of your website administration tool. So that is the way it looks today. Let's take a look at what it's going to look like next Wednesday. This is what the website tab will look like next Wednesday. Over on the left, you can see the navigation menu is categorized a bit more. So things like theme, site images, pages, your footer, all of that goes under the appearance category. Then you've got a content category, and under that, community served, featured partners, recommendations, and then below that is your listing search settings. So search fields, search areas, visitor registration, and search widget. So that's all under the website categories of settings, and then below that you'll see this is where you get to your My Account settings and your email settings. So exactly same options as you have now, just the way that you get to them is going to change. And Stephen, you will get to this through your admin menu in eEdge, which, as I said, that will move to under your profile photo. All right. I'm making sure I didn't miss anything there. Yep, okay. Oh, and one other enhancement, the character limit on content blocks. So when I say content block, this is an example. It was currently is 4,000 characters. That's going to be expanded to 8,000 characters. So you have even more room now. Okay, and several comments coming in. eEdge websites are still live. They're still going to be functional until we have a date to sunset them. There isn't a date set for that because, as you're all aware, we are bringing on a third website platform that's going to launch beginning at Family Reunion. It'll launch in waves, and we expect those waves to go one after the other pretty quickly based on area. So you still will have eEdge websites. You'll definitely have the eEdge CRM, and as you know, the website is built into that. So they're not going away. It's just up to you how much you want to maintain it. As they're very easy, set it and forget it websites. And so for those of you who are relying on that, it's gotten even easier to manage your website. Okay, so let's talk about this little event starting next week, Family Reunion 2016. It is going to be in New Orleans this time. And as we always do, there will be a special session for all of you, whether you're an MC Tech, whether you're an ambassador, or both. You are invited to the special session. All you need to do is show up. It's on Sunday, February 14th from 11:30 in the morning until 12:45. It's in room 271 in the Convention Center. So you don't need to have any special wristband or any special pass. Just be prepared to acknowledge that, yes, you have an MC Tech role in White Pages, or you have the Tech Ambassador designation in the Market Center intranet. Either of those will grant you admission to this session. And for those of you who have never been before, this is alongside with other breakout sessions that are happening at that same time. In this session, you'll get a quick intro from Kevin and myself. We'll let you know what we've got coming this year in the way of training, technology training. You'll hear from our KW video team. And then the bulk of the session is going to be, you're going to get to hear from each one of our technology product managers. And they'll tell you what's new and what's on the roadmap with all of our different technology products. So that's KW websites, that's eEdge, that's KWLS, that's Google, what am I forgetting? It's everything we've got. So a lot of the questions that you've probably got in your mind right now, this is the place to be to get those answers and to get them directly from the product managers. So it's a great way to put some names to faces, especially if you're a member of the product advisory groups. You'll get to see and talk to those managers who are behind the scenes. So please, if you're going to be at Family Reunion, we would love to have you there. There will be lunch served. This is going to be different for those of you who have been to Family Reunion before. Lunch is going to be served and you can bring it with you in a box to this special session. So it'll be even more different than it has been in the past. Another event that you should mark on your calendar if you will be in New Orleans is this time block from 1:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. on Monday. On Monday, February 15th, room 270. Whether you're a member of a product advisory group or you want to be, come to this session. You don't have to be there for all of it. Let me show you how it is broken out. So from 1:30 to 2:30, that's a general session. So this is an overview of product advisory groups, and basically what those are, they are online communities. They're facilitated through Google Communities, and each of our product managers has launched one. And it's a place for agents who have an interest in moving these products forward, who want to collaborate with others who heavily use these products and want to move them forward. So you join these communities on Google, and the product managers will throw out discussion topics. Sometimes they'll throw out a concept of a new design or get your feedback on something that's gone into production, and you're going to give your opinions and beta test when possible. So each product advisory group works a little bit differently, but that's in essence what they are all about. And we ask that when you join one of these groups, that you give it a year commitment so that you are active and able to really give input for at least the course of a year to help move that product forward. So 1:30 to 2:30 is the general informational session about what the product advisory group program is. And then from 2:30 to 4:30, we're going to have 3 rounds of feedback sessions. And again, whether you're already part of a group or you're exploring whether or not you want to be, you can attend 1, 2, or all 3 of these feedback sessions, and those are broken down here for you. So feedback session number 1 is happening from 2 until 2:40. So between 2 and 2:40, there's going to be, let me count, 8 tables going on. 2 tables, because there's so many, are going to be dedicated to those of you who are looking to join the database product advisory group. There'll be one dedicated to lead nurturing, one for the KW mobile app on the agent side, one for consumer, websites, transaction management, and tech onboarding. Then we'll break at 2:40, and then at 2:50 until 3:30, there'll be 8 different groups going on. And then from 3:40 to 4:30, a third set of 8 groups going on. So you're welcome to stay that whole time and visit a different table at each of those time periods and decide if you want to sign up for the groups. And that's something that you can do right there. All right, now I'm going to stop and quickly look at all the questions that have been coming in. And I think that Kevin is probably helping answer these. Okay, a couple comments. Yes, things like a website roadmap, any roadmap, you want a roadmap? Roadmaps are going to happen at this session, at the MC Tech Ambassador Special Session. This is where you will see what's on the roadmap for all of our products. Each product manager will present on their product and tell you what's currently new and what is on the roadmap for that product. And then conveniently enough, the next day is when the product advisory group sessions are happening, so you can really sit down and dig deeper into what's on the roadmap, what should be on the roadmap, and that can even be a several year roadmap. So this is a great way for all of you to get involved in what our products look like and how they work. Okay, and I knew somebody would ask about this. So what I've done is, I think you know that we have our slides that we show on these webinars each week saved in Google Drive. So here comes a link, a big long link. I just pasted it in your question and answer field. That will take you to these slides that you are looking at right now. And then you'll have this slide which shows you the breakout of all of the different product advisory topics. Okay. For those of you who won't be at Family Reunion, we will have the slides that we present at that session available on the day of the session at Family Reunion. And I'm going to show you in a moment what you can find on the Family Reunion website. There is a place where you can download slides for any breakout session, including the MC Tech Ambassador Special Session. Okay, one more slide. If you will be at Family Reunion, if you've been before or you've been to any of our major events, we have an app. You can go get it in the Google Play Store or the App Store. It's called the Keller Williams Events app. When you download it, it's not, Family Reunion isn't in there yet. I think early next week it should be. But what this app does is it's an interactive mobile app if you don't want to depend on the printed program guide to find out when breakout sessions are happening or where they are, or even plan what your own agenda looks like during the conference. You can do all of that with this app and more. So as I said, you can see schedules, see what each session is about. You can connect with others, other users of the app. You can share photos, status updates. You can find maps and find places, hotspots around the convention center. You can check into sessions, meetings, keynotes. You can learn about exhibitors that are there. So it's a great way to network with each other. And again, just decrease your dependence on paper with an app. And the best part is, as we know, things sometimes change at the last minute. So the app will have the latest information, whereas the program guides, they're already printed. So if a change happens, it will be announced via the app and on the signage when you're in the convention center. Okay. Now, for those of you who won't be at Family Reunion, we don't want you to feel left out. And so your options there, and we've mentioned this before on calls, there's a virtual attendance option. One is free, and that you see there described on the left side of the screen. I'm actually going to switch off of this slide and bring up the website so I can show you how this actually works if it's something that you want to engage in your market center. Okay, so I am showing you familyreunion.kw.com. So I've highlighted that for you up there in the address bar. So on this page, you'll see there's a virtual attendance item on the menu. This is still an option for anybody who isn't able to go to the convention. So over on the left side, this is completely free. You can live stream in your market center the major sessions, the big general session draws where Gary Keller gives his annual vision speech on Sunday. And then you'll also be able to live stream the state of your company and the state of the culture sessions, which are happening on Monday. We ask that one person in your market center signs up to be the host. So click here and you just follow the instructions. You'll fill in this form, click submit, and once you do that, you should be receiving information from your contact here at KW on how to make all of that happen. So that's one option. The premium option, if you will, is the Family Reunion Interactive Package. So you get the vision speech, state of your company, and state of the culture live streams, as well as these items: a host guide, a live stream of some of the larger breakout sessions, those rooms that hold about 1,500 people, for example, a recording of those sessions after it's over, and then you'll also get the Lunch and Learn package that Keller Williams University has put together. And this is available for a discounted price of $625 through February 8th. So that's going quick. Just click Learn More to get all the details. And then this has a couple of other links, such as the Lunch and Learn package if you want to learn what that is. This is cool for those of you who are trainers. This is giving you some of the breakout sessions that are in demand at Family Reunion are going to be turned into off-the-shelf training courses. I'm talking instructor guide, student guide that can be printed and used in your market center to be taught as, well, a lunch and learn, a mini 1-hour course. So all of that is included for $625 as part of the Family Reunion interactive package. So that is something to consider to make sure you stay on the loop. On top of that, as I think you know, we have a blog, we being Keller Williams Realty International. It's blog.kw.com. You definitely want to follow this by subscribing to it, and there will be live coverage of the general sessions and some of the hotter breakout sessions. So this will constantly be updated. You'll see comments on those from attendees, so make sure you're following that as well. Even if you are there live, you can't be at every session at all times, so it's a good way to see what you might have missed. And then finally, while we are here on the Family Reunion website, the agenda menu item all the way to the left, here's where you can get some more content. So I talked about the Lunch and Learns will give you, full instructor, facilitator guides and student manuals. If you just want the slides to see just visuals of what's going to be presented at the breakout sessions, you'll have to kind of know when the breakout sessions are happening. So you can scroll down and you can see that Sunday and Monday are when all of the breakout sessions are happening, and they happen in several different time blocks. So for example, what's happening Sunday at 7:30 to 8:45, just click breakout sessions and you'll see a list of what they are, where they're happening, who's presenting, who the intended audience is. You'll get a quick description of it. And then as we have the content ready here on our side, we are uploading these presentations here. So for example, this one, Get the Energy Advantage for the Week. So this is not technology related, but just an example that you can click this link and it's going to give you, actually it should be going right to this PDF, a PDF version of the slides. So you can even get a preview of some of the presentations if they've been uploaded already to the website. So there's a lot here for you on the Family Reunion website. So yes, my point is, as Gail asked, yes, the Ambassador and MC Tech session slides will be here too. As you might suspect, they're still being worked on because we want to make sure they are as current as possible, but you know that is happening on Sunday at 11:30. So right here, breakouts, boxed lunches provided at 11:30 on Sunday, just expand that. These are in alphabetical order. So the name of the session officially is the MC Tech and Ambassador Special Session. It's right here. And so just keep your eye on this little area. You'll see the slides available for download next week. All right. Any other questions popping in here? Okay. Oh, great. Some feedback about the Lunch and Learns, that it was a great resource. That's wonderful to hear. Yeah, when you think about how much you get out of it, the live streams, the 24, I think it is this year, 24, 27 classes in a box, basically, it's a pretty good value, I would have to say. Okay, so I'm going to switch back over to my slides. Just give me one moment to do so. And we should be joined momentarily by JP Lewis. I know he had another obligation starting at 2, so I will try and tap dance as long as possible. If not, I will tell you what I know about KW Video. Before that, let's look at what's coming up on the webinar calendar. This is straight out of the KW Technology Community Calendar. As you know, Monday, every second Monday is an internet lead generation. And next Monday, actually that is incorrect. It should say internet lead generation, your social media presence. So I will go fix that as soon as we are done here today. Monday's webinar is going to be delivered by Carrie Sylvester, and she's going to be, that's the second in a series of 6 webinars that she's doing, 1 a month, all about internet lead generation. Basically, the whole series is teaching agents, first of all, the first part is just to have your brand established online. And that matters even if you do your prospecting physically, if you prefer to door knock and do print mailers, you still want to have your presence online looking good, because when somebody gets your mailer, they're probably going to research you online and look you up and check you out and make sure that you are who you say you are. So she'll help you get that established. So the first 2 or 3 webinars in that series are all about getting your brand established online. And then the latter 3 webinars are all about, now, if you want to get on the internet and make that a part of your prospecting strategy, how to do that, mainly through your website and also through social media. So this is the second in a series of 6 webinars for internet lead generation. And they're all recorded, so if you or your agents are not able to attend, you can get to the recordings on the technology page on MyKW. Next Wednesday will be a KW video webinar, live video in your business. And then next Friday, we will not have a tech community webinar because we will be on an airplane. And then, as I mentioned, Sunday, Valentine's Day, is our family reunion session for the MC Texan Ambassador. So all of you who will be there, we hope to see you at that session. And then there will be a KW video orientation that Thursday after family reunion is over. And then we will resume our regular schedule the following week. And with that, I have our special guest. JP is here to talk to you about the KW Video exclusive offer. And as I said, if you have any specific questions as he's talking, go ahead and type them in. Hi, JP.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
All right, everybody. My name is JP Lewis, as Brenda mentioned. I'm the Executive Director of Media Services. You guys have heard from me before, so I'll cut right to the chase. We have a very exciting new opportunity many of you may have already heard about. We just wanted to remind you of it, and also for those of you that have already signed up for it, give you some good takeaways to get into action on this so that we can help you in any way that we can. Basically, we at the KW Video team have obviously a whole program for all Keller Williams associates. This includes leadership videos, consumer videos, buyer and seller content. All of that is customizable so that you can do recruiting videos, event invites, new agent welcomes, whatever your leadership roles or your agents want to do in terms of attracting talent to the company. They can use this KW Video program to create that kind of video content. On the consumer side, obviously, they can make listing videos through the connection we have to the Keller Williams listing system, and of course, open house invites, marketing, branding videos, and of course, there's tools in there to make videos right from scratch through the mobile app. So all of that is in one simple system that you guys all have access to. And of course, as part of that membership, you have access to all the training, both live and on demand, that we do, as well as some upcoming special online training events that we do, and we've got all sorts of fun planned for the future on this. But really, that's what the KW Video program is all about, helping our associates, both leadership and agents, build their brand and grow their businesses through video that's branded and customized to them. And so many of you already know about this. You can certainly learn more at kwvideo.com, but we wanted to talk a little bit about the special offer we have for this community. Basically, what we came up with in conjunction with your tech training team here is that all tech community members, the tech coordinators and tech ambassadors, can have a free full suite of KW video from the day you sign up right now until June 1st of this year. Now, what we wanted to offer you was the opportunity that if you get 5 people to subscribe from anywhere in the KW system, if you get 5 people to subscribe to KW Video before June 1st, then we'll go ahead and keep extending your free account for another 6 months. Also, just to help incentivize your associates to check this out, any associates you refer are going to be able to get $50 off of their subscription by using the code that you provide them. Now, here's a real cool bonus. After your first 5 referrals, from that point on, all additional referrals that refer you or point to you as their referring tech person, that'll earn you a 10% commission. So that's a really exciting economic opportunity that we wanted to present to this group in particular because we know you're giving your time and energy to help in so many different ways in the Market Center. If we wanted to give you this opportunity, we wanted to make sure there was a real strong win in it for you. So here's 3 simple steps to get started. You're going to visit kwvideo.com and you will need to sign up with your credit card, but once you apply this code, you'll please understand no charges will be applied to you at all. So step 2 when you're checking out is to obviously use that coupon code. It's KWV Tech Only, and that needs to all be in caps. So that's KWV as in Victor, Tech Only, and that's in all caps. Please make sure you don't share the code. We're obviously monitoring this closely, so if an agent that's not in this community is using that, we'll certainly be removing their opportunities to be on there for free, obviously. So just please don't share that. It'll just cause them to waste time. Number 3, this is really where it gets fun. You can teach and train on video in all ways in the Market Center. You can highlight KW Video, and if 5 associates choose to sign up before June 1st and list you as the referring agent, then that's where you get the free extension. They're going to use the code KWV June 1. Again, KWV as in Victor, June 1. That's obviously one that you can share with anyone you're teaching or speaking to about KW Video. And again, if they list you when they check out as their referral, they just have to put your name in. Then not only do they get the $50 off, but they get counted towards your 5 referrals. And remember, after the first 5, all future referrals earn you a 10% commission. So we just wanted to try this out with this amazing community because you're the most engaged group here, especially when it comes to innovation and technology. So that's why we're launching this with you guys. The last piece I want to point out to you, and this is especially important for the folks that have already signed up, as we're starting to roll this out in the middle of Fam Reunion, of course, we wanted to make sure you had access to any support and information that you needed to get started referring in people. So you can contact me directly if you need immediate support right now or have questions. You'll see my information at the bottom of the screen. But I also wanted to point out to you what's coming. We are creating something called KW Video Academy, and we're going to be launching that specifically for this group and a few other special use cases. This is going to be on-demand training and more interactive than what you've seen in the past. Also, we'll be doing live and on-demand train the trainer sessions to help you show up on that training calendar, teaching about video, Facebook, live video, 360-degree video, 3D Matterport cameras, drone video, all the things that we know the agents are asking about and need help on. We're going to set you up to do those kind of things too. And then, of course, materials to teach real estate video, PowerPoints, handouts, those kind of things. And then tools to assist your agents and leadership with video. This is just pointing you in the right direction so that you can bring value to the leadership and the agents who are counting on you to understand technology in the Market Center. So we're going to help try to facilitate that and narrow down some of the things that you're having to spend your time looking at so you can communicate back to the Market Center about what they should focus on and what is just a flash in the pan. Obviously, some of you have Market Centers that have video rooms and equipment and are asking questions about video hosting. We're happy to consult with this group on that as well. So that's where we're headed. Those are the kind of things we're putting together now, and this group's going to be a critical component to that. So thanks for listening. Thanks for considering this. And if you do have feedback or need immediate help, you got my email right there. So let's connect, and if we can, let's connect at Fam Reunion in New Orleans. Thanks, everybody, and thanks, Brenda, for having us.
Sure. Thanks for being here, JP. So I think there's one question. If somebody wants to know if agents in their market center have actually taken advantage of this offer that she has advertised, she can email you, and would you be able to find that out for her?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a
Okay.
support team, so if you want direct specific questions on who signed up or if they use that code the fastest way for specific just use cases on the website, I would say support@kwvideo.com. That's support@kwvideo.com. I'll get you connected to them. If you email me, that's fine, but I'd like to make sure that I'm dialoguing with you guys about the bigger issues of how you're training in your market center, what help you need in order to get your agents excited about video and possibly the KW video program. I would like to help you guys grow your business and your service to the market center, and then we'll certainly direct any technical questions around the checkout screens or coupon codes to our support team, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Great question.
Yeah. The only other question I see is we have somebody who said, I'm not an agent, I'm a staff member. If you have the tech coordinator role or you're designated as an ambassador, you're good to go.
Yep, you don't. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can figure that out. And as long as you're in this tech community with Brenda, Kevin, and the entire tech team, and you're part of that community playing that role, we can make sure that you're included in part of this or as part of this.
Okay. So we've gone over time. As always end with something silly. If you guys can spell this guy's name, you get extra credit, but who is this? What's this guy's name? He made an appearance earlier this week. Phil. What's his nickname? Punxsutawney Pill. Yeah. I'm waiting for the correct spelling to come through. I couldn't have done it either. Really close. Susan, super close. Anyway, just a couple of questions about Phil. How well do you know Punxsutawney Phil? How old is he? Any guesses on how old he is? Well, how old is the legend? All right, we've got a guess of 2, 8, and 343. According to my source, he's 125 years old. He made his first prediction in 1887, and this year he hasn't seen his shadow, so we have, I guess, an early spring on the horizon. Out of all those 125 times, how many times has he not seen his shadow? Any guesses? 900. All right, guys. 18, only 18 times. So this was one of the rare occurrences where we're predicted to have an early spring. So hopefully that's the case no matter where you are.
And Brenda, I saw there was a question that came in about KW Video before I get out of y'all's hair. If you are looking for marketing materials or need a PowerPoint quickly, we are putting those online for you. But in the meantime, since we're all gearing up for family reunion, just fire off an email to me. Again, it was jplewis@kw.com. That's just JPLEWIS at kw.com, and I'll get you what you need.
Okay. Thank you, JP. And one other non-groundhog related question has come through, and that is, do we have the opportunity to choose the name of our new KW website, the new Playster website? You can request a custom URL, and right there in your website admin tool, you'll see the option to do that, and it will walk you through what you need to do to get a custom domain. Okay, everybody. Well, again, it'll be a couple weeks until we have our next webinar, so that would be the 19th. And hopefully we'll see you in New Orleans if you're going to be there. And if not, you know that the website has virtually everything you need to stay in touch. And we will see you soon. Have a great day and a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.